Welcome, friends, and I offer my warmest regards for your enjoying an abundant, joyous holiday season. Check out this content I've been working on lately. In a recent video, I reviewed this engraving published by J.W. Barber in 1872 of King Alcohol and his prime minister. And it led me to explore more about this renowned Connecticut engraver. And I found this, The Drunkard's Progress from 1826. And immediately, guys, I thought about The Drunkard's Progress from Currier and Ives. J.W. Barber was the inspiration for the Currier and Ives print. This is published 20 years earlier, and we really don't J.W. Barber is not a household name in New England like Currier and Ives is. Let's explore this, The Drunkard's Progress, or The Direct Road to Poverty, Wretchedness, and Ruin, published in 1826, the 9th day of September, John W. Barber of the state of Connecticut. So there are 4 sections here. The morning dram, that's how it starts, 8 o'clock in the morning. Next to the grog shop, the confirmed drunkard, and the concluding scene. Now compare that to Currier and Ives lifting the exact language, a confirmed drunkard at the pinnacle up here, but they have 9 steps going down, which is pretty interesting. We're going to have to explicate some scripture here, as usual in these passages, referencing Isaiah 5:11, and the King James Bible, guys, would be the Bible that was used up until 1885 when the first revised version appeared on the scene. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them. Dr. So-and-so's celebrated bitters, an infallible remedy for coughs, colds, consumptions, asthma. Directions: drink 1 glass in the morning. Beware of counterfeits, etc. And this guy's having a glass. Now, check out the children pointing up at their father with looks of concern on their face. The definitely concerned mother with her wife, with her head leaning on her hand, babe in arms. And out, this is what I'm talking about, guys. The detail of John W. Barber. Is this not exciting or what? The bull breaking down the fence in the background, the pig about to emerge out of his or her fence, probably not fed for the morning. And this is the morning dram, the beginning of sorrow, neglect of business, idleness, languor, loss of appetite, dullness and heaviness, a love of strong drink increasing. There's always that warning. And we've seen this theme time and again, and it's referenced in the literature as well, about the warnings of moderate drinking and back in King Alcohol, and how that can insidiously lead to the dram shop and much, much worse. And we also saw the same theme with social conviviality quickly escalating to bad things happening. So that's a theme about quote-unquote moderation, and how that doesn't always work out so well in a progressive nature. Moving on to the grog shop, we see another reference to Isaiah, same chapter 5, verse 22. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, or proud, and men of strength to mingle strong drink. First thing, we've got a town license up here for $5. It costs the establishment, the dram shop, the town of blank, reposing special trust and confidence in your... Now look at right below this, guys. See the irony? No trust. And this would have to do with... I would assume this would mean no credit. In other words, cash only. I didn't know what this was at first, but this says left in pawn. So this kind of like a union suit or perhaps underwear has been pawned by a bar patron. You can see the fighting here going on, passed out, vomiting, really pretty dire. A bartering section of the bar, we see rags here and flax, trading the homestead's bounty for booze, guzzling shots here. Look at the worn faces, the way that J.W. Barber really gets those emotions in the faces. Rum, brandy, gin, spirits, etc., whiskey. And we have a reference here to Habakkuk 2:16, which we actually saw in King Alcohol as well, referencing and criticizing the civil authority of establishments dispensing liquor. Habakkuk was a prophet who wrote this chapter in the Old Testament in 612 BC. And the section referenced here is, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on that glory." So it's the criticism of those who make others drink, that they may both have their shame and nakedness revealed. And that is exactly why we're seeing that in reference to the alcohol dispensers, the dram shops and saloons. The confirmed drunkard, beastly intoxication, loss of character, loss of natural affection, family suffering, brutality, misery, disease, mortgages, sheriffs, writs, etc. We have a biblical reference to the renowned Proverbs 23:29, which was also referenced in the same year of publication, 1826, in the same state of Connecticut, guys, by Lyman Beecher, Doctor of Divinity. Dr. Beecher was the foremost minister writing and preaching about intemperance in the 1820s and onward, and he was the father of Harriet Beecher Stowe, who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin. Very interesting history here, which I might be doing more in subsequent videos. But his 6 sermons on the nature, occasions, signs, evils, and remedy of intemperance glosses the same exact proverb. Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling? Who hath wounds without cause? Who hath redness of the eyes? They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. Look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth his color in the cup, when it moveth itself aright. At the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder or a snake. Thine eye shall behold strange women, and thy heart shall utter perverse things. Thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lieth upon the top of a mast. They have stricken me, shalt thou say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it not. When shall I awake? I will seek it yet again. And then Beecher writes, "This is a glowing description of the sin of intemperance. None but the pencil of inspiration could have thrown upon the canvas so many and such vivid traits of this complicated evil in so short a compass." Look at the plaster coming off the walls, and here we see a notice on the wall, which looks like a kind of foreclosure, something about the consideration of the bills paid and bargain, and it has to do with like a lien or a foreclosure on the house. Looks like there's furniture being thrown out the window. The man has a firebrand or tongs in his hand. The children are trying to stay warm by the fire. Furniture over torn clothing. The woman just in tears, the wife, mother, crying. We've got a sheriff's warrant down here in the corner. So things have gone really badly in the confirmed stage of the drunkard. And the concluding scene is poverty, wretchedness, a curse and burden upon society, want, beggary, pauperism, death. The drunkard shall come to poverty, Proverbs 23:21, and the wages of sin is death, Romans 6, chapter 23. We see the almshouse or poorhouse there. Later on in 1872, this, again, back to King Alcohol, the almshouse and the jail is right in this section of the engraving. And here the house is being auctioned. This house and the premises will be sold to the highest bidder on without reserve. The sheriff, look at the broken windows. And the family is taking off in a carriage for the almshouse. This would be a well, recalling the poem, The Oaken Bucket. Check out my video on that too, but you can see the well there, both in the temperance token from 1841 and the well in the engraving here is definitely symbolic, because this was God's answer to intemperance, is to drink pure, clean, health-giving water. And when the well is dry there, guys, and there's no bucket, we should note that. And the hogs are feral. They've broken out. Their cage is in disarray. So there we have it. What a wonderful engraving by J.W. Barber, published in 1826 in New Haven, Connecticut, whereas Currier and Ives was out of New York City. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please post your comments below about this topic